vowels with the legs, inviting you, experimenting with it, that you feel well during the week, and then you notice, oh, that's quite nice. Maybe you can dare to, continue further experimenting. I invite you to join in. And you can always start with ERO. And I do the ERO when we do the client diagnosis or so. That's why I'm not starting with ERO. And my personal ERO is I take time to arrive at myself. So I feel the space around me. I feel its quality. I let it stream to my heart. And then I practice to look into myself in such a way that my inner feels perceived and starts reacting, expanding, even taking the breath along. And then I slowly let go, streaming downwards. And at the same time, feeling it makes me upright. Let your breath react, make a little step. Let's do it one more time, and just the idea behind this is that we use our senses, that things happen. So the eye is an eye, and through the senses, the inner reacts to being seen by the eye, when you put it simple. So I feel the space around me, its quality. I invite time into this, and I take time to arrive at myself. I arrive, I look around in myself. I let the inner react, expand, stream down. And how do you have to do it that the breath reacts? So when you practice during the week, experiment a little bit what is needed that the breath is reacting. And Steiner said in the Eurythmic therapy course, we have to do all exercises in such a way that the breath is fortified by the Eurythmy exercise. We start with light, and okay, so we do the weight triangle from the heart going down to the earth, receiving the carrying forces from the earth, and then slowly adding the light to it, receiving the light which nourishes and carries the body in a second way. And you connect your fingertips from left to right, and the soles of your feet, the toes, also from left to right. You're not only open, you are a body, even now. And let go and let it stay alive, what you did. Okay, we go directly into the vowels. For the R, just from your heart, again stream downwards. And then put one foot to the right and the other one to the left. The order doesn't matter. And then stretch the legs a little bit. Have a little bit of tension in the arms and legs belongs to the vowels. and then let go. I differentiate between the U tension or OI tension from eurythmy and tension, which is a cramp. So it's not a tension that I pull my muscles, but it's a sort of presence, a tonus, yeah, which just comes about. What makes the R and R? Let's do it with the arms from the heart. Just ray out through the arms. And then invite that you receive through your arms, yeah? In a way that it starts bringing you on your heels. And then when you feel you're on your heels, wow, enjoy this and just notice that through your heels maybe stabilizing quality comes into your spine. And let go. So when you come on your heels, it's already an R quality. Yeah? That's why when you do ERO in the body, you lean backwards. So when you do the step to left and right, then just go on your heels, that you feel that your heels connect with the floor. And feel this good connection. Enjoy the connection of your heels with the floor. And let this, what you feel there, unfold in your body. Yeah? And then close again. Make a step. Do it one more time. To the right, to the left. Enjoy going on your heels. As if they could sink a little bit into the floor, even if it's a hard floor. And then come back. Make a little step forward or backwards. And of course, you can do the R on the toes, yeah? But it's not a leaning forward R, it's just a going up. And very often you do it then in such a way that you slowly come down. So do a step slightly forward to the right. Do a step slightly next to it with the left, and then go on your toes. Try not to get a cramp, but just, wow, to have it straight. And then slowly come down to your heels. And then allow yourself to really arrive at your heels. And enjoy that, okay, now I can rest. And close your legs. Another step, last time. And maybe you have noticed how much the legs have to work suddenly when you're on your toes, that the ankles do not just move out, but stay somehow in a line of the arm. So it also brings you down, and then slowly try to go on your heels. So to the one side, to the other, go up to your toes, and try to get them calm. Wow. And then slowly down, very slowly, and enjoy the landing on the heels. And the R always is streaming in. So when you do it, try to feel the streaming in through your legs. That's R, nourishment. Good. And when you let go, check, does your breath react? If it doesn't react, no problem. But then practice during the week. What do you have to do? How do you have to feel yourself that afterwards, when you finish, somehow your breath reacts? The E you can do in such a simple way that you do a step forward, with one leg, and then you wrap the other one around. And then you place both feet on the ground. And you try a little bit that your hips stay frontal. Then again, do a little step forward with the foot which is in front and wrap the other one around. And let them connect. And then again, a step forward, if there's space, otherwise you do it backwards. Wrap it around. And now, when you place your foot, try to let your lower legs connect in such a way that you feel them connecting and let it unfold into your whole being. That you feel some kind of support, even in your chest. Okay, take the front foot, make a step backwards, and just then put the new front foot, draw it back, that it again crosses. There are different ways of doing it, that's just one way. Repeat the same, the legs meet. You feel the crossing, at the same time, support coming from there into your being. Take your front foot back and pull the other leg against the foot which is now back. That it crosses and feel it. And try to stay frontal with your hips, more or less. Front foot back. Pull the other one against it. How do you have to create the pressure that something unfolds? And a last time. Step back. Cross. Okay, let go. And breathe. Just go back that you can make a few steps forward. And when you want to do the E with the legs, you pull. You can hold against a chair or a table, or you do it free, standing. And then you pull one knee a little bit towards your heart. And with the energy of your heart, you go down to your hips and then stretch the leg. And you try that your toes point forward a little bit. And then you place your foot. And the idea is that you do not clap your foot forward, but it's your heart energy, the stream, which makes your foot point forwards. So you pull the knee along, you stream from your heart to your leg, and then you stream through your leg in such a way that it makes your foot pointing downwards. One more time, you pull, you are in your heart, you stream, and then you enhance the streaming that creates a sort of force around your foot, which stabilizes it, streams through. A little break. Does the breath react? Doesn't have to be much, just notice if it reacts a little bit, then enhance it. If you are very advanced, look, let's do the E one time with the arms. You are around the heart. One arm streams down, and the other one in the counter current is lifted up. So you stream down, you stream down, you stream down, you stream down, you stream down. And this brings the other arm up. Wow, by itself. And maybe when you notice it in your body, and what does it do to your feet? The down brings the forefoot, the balls on the earth, and brings the heels up. So when you do this with the legs, you might notice that the heel of the standing foot becomes a little bit lighter. Let's do it again. Foot towards the heart. you stream through it. And from your heart, you stream downwards through your foot. And still there's something which makes you upright. Ah, yeah. And then that brings the health. It's not just going down and pressing you. No, it's going down and up. Last time you bring your foot up. From your heart, you stream through your body, through your legs. And then you work in a way that the streaming down actually makes your heels light and the back upright. And then a step. For the O, you just stand there and you have the toes a little bit apart. A little bit apart, not much. Because then, for the O, you just let go and you sink a little bit down. And then, to make it round, you use your thighs. So from the thighs, you expand it. Yeah? You use the energy of the thighs to make it round. And then you let go again. Make a step. So the thighs have a lot to do with the etheric. Yeah, there's a lot of muscle. And it's not just I push my feet up, but it's creating this roundness. So when you go down, it still feels like a little bit of a hook at the knees. And then you start expanding. And this energy you can even pick up with your arms. And let go. And maybe when you do it with someone, invite them that with their feeling, they still stay down there. So it expands into the upper body, but the source is down there. One more time. Going down. And then expand your thighs and stay in your lower body. And the upper somehow feels carried by this. Ooh. And let go. Yeah, so that you're not lifting your arms, you're only working in your legs. And to finish with the U, we do very simple, that you just bring your legs together and you feel them, you make them meet somehow. Yeah, maybe you must even go a little bit into your knees, but left and right touches. Yeah, and especially the ankles of the feet, they are really becoming one. And then you let go. Enjoy looking around, make a step. And it looks so simple, but it's deep. You make your feet touch. You try to make your knees touch you. And you enhance this coming together. And then you let this coming together unfold into the whole body. Ooh. And then you relax. We do it 2 more times before we sit down. Make your feet touch a little bit. And then let them stream, becoming one. Ooh. And take a little bit of time to just feel them coming together. Does this feel light or dark? What impressions? Let go. And observe if the breath is reacting. Then again, last time, connect. And then let it become one. And let it influence your breathing. in what way ever. And then let go, breathe, and slowly sit down and listen to the resonance. Can you observe what you feel? How is it doing what we did? As we are only 6 of us, maybe we can share a little what we noticed. Andrew, nice to see you. Okay. Anything to be shared? And afterwards asked. Or both. I just say, Tobias, a friend is here working with me on, yeah. So if you suddenly see somebody passing by, it's Tobias helping me, doing some things, yeah. Speak up.
So can I? I feel that the crossing the legs exercise is very grounding and very calming. I find it I'm surprised that I find it so difficult to go on my tiptoes and then come back to my heels. It's very destabilizing for me. So I guess I'm going to do a lot of this in the next week.
You might have seen that I was also struggling. It was a surprise. Not struggling, but I always say when it's doing this, yeah, you go on your heels, and suddenly I notice like this, and oh, hopefully nobody sees it. I always say that is good, because then I know I'm working down there. If I just go up, oh, everything perfect, it stands, and then I go slowly down, you know. Yeah. But when it's doing this and you try to, yeah, this means you are really brought into your feet. So it's not negative. Yeah. So when there's a little bit of something like this, if it's too perfect, maybe you even have to let go a little bit, that something of what you described can come, that life is happening there, yeah? That we are not over-perfectionistic. Yo. And because when I now go up, I'm more stable. And maybe just because we were connecting with the earth so well, yeah, it felt so differently to suddenly be up there, yeah, somehow wrong. Yeah, so I often say we only go up to slowly come down. It's going about slowly coming down. Okay, next comment, please. Or whatever.
I noticed the difference between the left and the right side. So if I was putting the weight on the left, I was more wobbly, and if that was the leading foot, bringing it together with the toes was a little bit more difficult in the crossing over.
With the E, you mean, when we did the E crossing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it was the right foot with the more leading, then it was a bit more stable. But yeah, let's see.
Here's the meaning. That's we have to learn, that we try not to be perfect and more stable, but to enjoy that we are different left and right, and to get a connection to the difference. Yeah, because this then can make this side stronger. Yeah, in a not technical way, but more in a communication way. Yeah. And how did you feel in general afterwards? How was the feeling in the body after those leg exercises?
Quite energizing and enlivening, I felt. It's 10 o'clock here. I'm in Pakistan. And it's 10 o'clock in the evening. And I was feeling ready to go to bed, but now I feel alive. Like, not that I'm totally energized, but I feel good. So.
Let's hope the best, because you told us that sleep is not always easy with the rhythm you have to live. So yeah, or maybe it's even helping. So let us know, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so my suggestion was, instead of going in breakout rooms, we talk a little, but also someone of you just shows an exercise. And you teach me. So what have you been doing the last 4 or 5 weeks from what we did? What did you try? And then share it with us. Then you know how I always feel. I'm not good enough. Yeah. So last time when I did this sequence with the 6 sounds, I was not happy. It was too quick. But we did some things before, and maybe you picked something out of these consonant exercises or something else. It's more a little bit trying to share. By doing, not by talking. We have to learn to share by doing. I'm also speaking about myself. I'm more handicapped than you might think. But I try to overcome it. So, who would like to bring one exercise? Or not like to bring, but volunteer to bring? You? Unmute yourself and then start.
Unmute yourself and then start. Anybody would do.
Yes.
So if it's me, I'd go for the O, because I find the O extraordinary in the upper body. But you can't see
Okay,
me
then
very
tell
well,
us,
so
get up, please. Tell us, and you are now our teacher. Tell us what we have to do.
Okay. Well,
I spotlight you. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So take a couple of steps and make yourself comfortable. Get into your space. Welcome where you are, and we're just going to do the O. And I missed the beginning because we had a bit of a boiler failure, but that's fixed. So for the O, stand comfortably, create the space around you, reach out for your candle and bring it into your heart. And then from your heart, let your hands drop down, reach back as if you're gathering a cape around you, and then bring those fingers all the way around until they touch just in front of you. And then with a nice deep breath, allow your fingers to overlap and bring the O into your chest. as a warm, reassuring gesture. And then feel with your breath whether you want to rock into that, rock away from that, rotate with it, and feel the O penetrating deeper into your being, into your heart. And when you're ready, allow your hands to drop down again. Take a couple of steps, jiggle around, and then let your hands drop down again. And again, hands facing forward. So as you can't see, actually. So hands down here, allow them to drop backwards, around, gather. Gather. And with a deep exhalation, allow your fingers to overlap one way or the other, and allow the O to come deep into your chest. And what Theo said last time, think about your tongue. See if it can touch the top of your palate or the back of your teeth, the back of your upper teeth, the back of your lower teeth, the inside of your right or left jaw. And then let your hands drop again. And as we do things in threes, have another little jiggle. And then again, go back and come forward. Into the O. And again, overlap your fingers and bring the O into your chest, being aware of the tip of your tongue going wherever it wants to in your mouth. So this time around, I felt the O going up into the top of my head, and the back of my head rose up, my chin came down a bit, and then allow the O to relax again. And there you go, have a couple of steps.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Yo, just sit down maybe and listen a little bit into the body. What is it doing? How does your body react to what Andrew invited us or led us to do? And you never know, is it because what you did before? Is it because what Andrew did? You just can go with what you feel now, yeah? And then we talk about as if what I now feel is what it seems to be, and let's just connect it with what we did. So what do you feel now? Andrew and I, we are listening.
I feel dynamic stillness. It's very interesting. So things are vibrant and alive, but in the same time, there is this stillness behind, or a part of it. It's difficult to explain and put it in words. It wasn't there before.
Maya is yawning. Why are you yawning, Maya?
No, I'm just a little sick.
Sick.
I'm coughing, yeah. But no, I wanted to say that in general, after exercises you showed us, I finally felt I came out of my head. So it was balanced exercise with legs. And now I had a question with the O for many, like for a long time now. if I should do it when I feel good, because I feel that this O gesture somehow potentize my current moment, because from this state of going out of my head, something shifted, and I don't know exactly what. Maybe it's something similar what Branislav explained. And because it's like this O hug, and I feel if I feel well, this really feels good. If I don't feel well, I'm not sure if I want to do it. This is my question for the group, maybe.
Before we go, just to clarify, you said you are a little bit sick or not feeling well. So what was your feeling? Did you not want to do it, or did you feel a resistance? Can you just give a hint once again?
Oh yeah, okay. I because of the first exercises with legs, I felt really balanced, and I felt this is the right moment to do it. But if this was the first exercise, I'm not sure if that would be okay for me. It's very interesting how it came at the right moment. But I needed this set of exercises first. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you put a question, so people can still, Farah and Daniela, and so just bring their own observations or directly respond, whatever.
My left arm just started, it just felt alive in a different way. I don't know what's wrong with the left side of my body, but it just started pulsating, like there is more life in it. I don't know how else to say, but it was like I've become aware of that part of my body in a more different way.
Thank you. Daniela, do you also have an observation to share? Or
yes, I was observing how it takes a little bit of time always to connect, and so I started off being very amused because Andrew has his own very personal way of doing things, and I connect with Andrew in that way. So I was amused, but then if I let the movement guide me, then I find my inner place with that, and that was very beautiful, I have to say. I am astounded as how your rhythm acts in the soul and the mind and the body. It's very interesting.
So I also was surprised if I speak about myself. Thanks for sharing, Daniela. It was beautiful. When I just stood there, I'm standing now, but I suddenly felt my legs. What we did with Andrew, and that's what I often observe. We do something with the arms, and it affects the legs. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like this. It can also pull you out. But when you work with your arms in a specific, you're only busy with the arms and try to feel, to be in it, and then you stop. And still now I feel my legs so strongly. But we did not answer Maya's question now, but maybe we can leave it as a question that she felt that when I bring it right, she felt that in this exercise, there was a sort of expanding energy in it, which could be too much, somehow. And through having done the legs first, it felt still balanced. It didn't become too much. That's how I understood. So on the one hand side, I said, it brought me into my legs, but also Maya said, oh, it also enlarges another sphere. Okay, I would like to put a question to you. Andrew, you are now the victim. We are speaking about you. And now I'm asking for judgments. But the results were positive. We all you could speak about also Branislav, what happened? Yeah, positive feedbacks. There was something happening. What was it that it did so well? What did he good? That's my question. So you still have to listen, Andrew. Yeah, why? Yeah, just that we're now not speaking about him, but what elements, yeah, are helpful when you guide someone. That's my question. Yeah.
To me,
Not to you, because we experienced what you did, and I would like from the others what they liked or what they found helpful.
Ah.
Because that's what we have to learn to overcome our shyness. Huh? That's my question. Yeah. It was so great what you did that you volunteered and shared this with us. Yeah. Yes, Daniela, what was helpful?
So it was helpful to hear what he wanted us to do before we started, because at the beginning he described it instead of actually straight away doing it, and that made me feel comfortable, because very often I have to remind myself, trust the process. So when you are showing us something, because I have a little bit of attention deficit disorder, I don't listen properly. And so I'm always at the last minute. And I have to remind myself, just watch and trust the process. But I didn't have that with Andrew, because the first few sentences, he was actually in his own way explaining what he wanted us to do before we moved.
What you said? Can you say what you said?
Yeah,
can you say what Andrew said?
Yes, he said, so now I want you to take a deep breath. And then, I mean, I don't know the order, but then I want you to, stretch far, 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 far. It was almost like teaching the children. It's children, yeah. And that I liked. I thought, oh, it's given me some time to picture it before I'm actually doing it. Yeah.
Okay, more observations. Thanks, Daniela. More helpful elements you discovered there. And that's the meaning of the sharing now. Huh?
For me, it was the joyfulness and playfulness that he put in. That helps, not to make it so serious, so to speak. Is it?
So a second element of creating space, huh? Studying before what's coming creates a space, joyfulness creates a space. Yeah. What else did we notice?
I like this moment of crossing hands. I don't know if this is often done in Eurythmy. It was a little personal touch and I liked it.
So following his inspiration, yeah. Or what he, yeah. So, yeah. Something which, yeah, we don't have to, yeah. So something which you liked, yeah. Anything? Now, I liked it so much, I don't remember. I'm just asking the questions. There was also, Farah, do you want to say something?
I think everything's been covered, what I wanted to say. So yeah, a lot of joy and clear instructions.
Yeah. Daniela?
I also enjoyed the fact that he put a sound, that it was an O, it was a M sound that was embraced by the movement, because in eurythmy we are very prescriptive. We have a movement and a sound, but Andrew showed us how much he enjoyed that O, and he was doing as he was getting to the O, and I thought that was good for him and good for me.
And he brought something into the O. You could even say there was an R, yeah, yeah, an E, an O. It was a journey into the O, and then it continued the journey, and it was a journey, and more. We cannot bring everything now, and yeah. But thank you, Andrew. Do you want to say something final?
Yeah, well, I didn't know what I was doing, and it was a bit spontaneous. But on the third movement, there's this, and throughout it, there's the expansion and moving out. At the same time, there's something coming in. And then as the O comes in, there's a degree of expansion with it too. And the third one, I had a degree of expansion up into the head. And there was, yeah, so you felt it into the legs, and I hadn't done the leg exercise, so I was, null on that. But there was much more to it than just, let's do this and then that.
Yeah.
And I learned from Catherine Bevan to do the finger crossing and bringing, and I found it so reassuring. Just bringing the O into the heart was amazing. Anyway, lovely.
Yeah,
that's
great.
enough.
There were more elements. What he shared own experiences of what do you feel with your tongue, and and etheric, which suddenly was there. So he helped us discover things also when we did it. Yeah. So it's not now about copying Andrew, because this might not work. Yeah. But just seeing it's possible, not being a Eurythmy teacher, and bringing meaningful experiences across. Okay, time is flying. We need a client. I think we should stick to our things, and we said we do this, and if not, just skip it, because then so rather work until midnight, huh? No, we will not. You have to go to bed soon. But a client which just has a very short story, then we look a little bit, and I will just do the ERO. That's a little bit standard now. Vertical, leaning back, leaning forward, then doing this ERO, then walking, and then walking a circle. Yeah, and we just observe. Yeah, and if a little personal story could be told before 1-2 minutes, I'm struggling with this or this at the moment. Yeah, like, was it Branislav who said you are struggling with a situation? I don't remember. It doesn't have to be something big. So who would like to volunteer for the first time again?
Shall I?
Daniela.
Again? Okay, so I thought about this many times, but I wasn't ready to talk about myself in this way. But today it feels right. I think that I have to admit to myself that in my personal life in the last few years, I have been in a very difficult relationship that is now ended a couple of years ago, and that I'm still realizing how emotionally draining my personal relationship with my ex was, and I feel sometimes sorry for myself. So in general, I'm happy, and I am present to others and to myself. I'm doing a lot of heart exercises, but I wonder if I could get a little bit of help from the group to get to a place where I feel more confident and I can value myself more, because I think that my personal relationship with this person was emotionally abusive. So
thanks for sharing, Daniela. Yeah, for your trust in us, and even Yeah, asking for, is the possibility for some help, yeah, what could be added to the journey you are doing anyway of healing, yeah. So may I ask you to do these little eurythmy exercises that we can just look at you a little bit, and that I invite you, I just lead you through them. Yeah. Okay. Great. So, good. And we do each exercise 2 times that we can see you from the side and from in front, yeah? So the first exercise would be that you try to stand upright.
Okay, so you're just telling me, but you're not showing me, right?
You. No, I'm
Okay.
only telling you, yeah. Otherwise you'd start treating me. You just try to stand upright and find your middle, whatever you think your middle is. And then you stay a little bit in this middle. Then slowly you incline backwards as far as possible, but as far as it still feels good. It should feel good. And then slowly you move forward till you incline forward, but very slowly going through your middle again until you lean forward as much as feels good, yeah? And then you stay a little bit there. And then slowly you come back into your center. Breathe, relax, enjoy being home again. Make a little step and then turn 90 degrees, please, to repeat. That we see you sideways. And again, first take time, wait to find your center, not lean back. First find your center. Yeah, but how does it feel just to stand in your center? And then slowly start inclining backwards until you have the feeling, yeah, that still feels good. I can be there. Okay, and after a while, when you think, now it's enough, come forward through your center and lean forwards as much as still feels good. And then come to your center again. Enjoy being in your center. Breathe. Turn towards the camera, please, again, towards us, that we can see you from in front. And then let's do the same ERO with the arms and legs, yeah, that you stand upright as you did before in your center.
I need more guidance because at the moment.
Yes, I will tell you. I tell you everything. You just stand upright. And then you put one foot to the right, the other one to the left, and do an R with the legs and try to feel connected with the earth. Maybe even feel your heels for a moment. And then start doing a big O with the arms around, big O gesture, which brings you forward without losing what you just had, and start making it round and round. And then, when it feels good, keep it a little bit. And then return to your center. Let it sink into your heart. Bring your legs together and relax. Turn again 90 degrees, please. Find your center. Do a step to the right and left. Connect with your heels to the earth. And then bring the O. The weight feels best, and come a little bit forward with the O. And then come back to your center. Take it into your heart. And after you have arrived, let your hands sink. Breathe. Feel it out. Okay, thank you. Maybe go back a few steps to the cupboards behind it. You can walk forward, so kind of threefold stepping. So walk all the way back to the, no, further back until the rubbish bin behind you, whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. And further. And then just maybe have your hands, let your arms sink to the side or have them at your heart, whatever feels best. And slowly try to make a threefold walking forward, step by step. Move a leg forward, place the toes first, roll them down, and come forward. And slowly place, lift, carry, place, lift, carry, place, and stop. And backwards, the same. Lift the front foot, carry, place, lift, carry, place, lift, carry, place, lift, carry, place, lift, carry, place. Okay. Can you stand in such a way that you walk a very tiny circle? You look towards us, but you walk a tiny circle. Yeah? So yeah, just start, walk a tiny circle, and you always look towards us. And stop, walk it the other way, please. And then do the same thing back and forth by creating a big O gesture. Yeah. And walk one path. And arrive. And do it the other direction to finish with. Start whenever you want, feel ready. Right. Let go. Thank you so much. It's so special that you allow us to watch you, to see what you are doing. It's so beautiful. I just create. Can I stellen? Just wait. And I can just put. I just put the men together, Andrew and Branislav, and I bring Farah and Maya in one room, yeah? Just for 10 minutes, yeah? And or less, 8 minutes, let's say, yeah? And you speak a little bit, what could be helpful for Daniela, who was sharing with us so trustfully, yeah? Let's start with the ladies. What would the ladies, and let's do it quick, not share too much, a few proposals that we can still try them a little bit and still close nearly in time. Yeah, so ladies, Farah and Maya, what did you see? What would you suggest?
Okay, I can go first. Thank you, Daniela, first of all, for sharing this. And it seems that there is just like a general impression that this exercise could be helpful to work with legs and arms at the same time. Like just, you cannot see my legs, but just few steps in front and with arms as well, so that you push yourself, you help yourself to make a step forward. Like not only with legs, but as well with arms. Very gentle and beautiful support to yourself to make a step forward. And the next is maybe U, just U exercise to somehow enliven the shoulders a little bit. Just simple U that was present the whole time. That this could be as well helpful.
What do you mean with this was present the whole time?
I mean, from the moment she began with movement until the end. Like every movement, I could see only that this U would be helpful.
Okay, so you just saw it, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you did it, what I saw is that it was a strong in-streaming quality there, yeah? Well, how you did it, yeah? It was just also a coming, yeah? In, yeah, receive, okay? Ooh. From below, yeah? Next.
Just a very quick thing, but Theodore, I don't know how to express the movement, but what came very strongly to my mind was the Love E exercise, but I've forgotten the sequence, but somehow I felt that was possibly the right one, and just like an M type movement or something from coming from behind, going forward and coming backwards. But just a reflection on what we saw. So just a lot of strength, a lot of uprightness, and a lot of presence. And the past is in the past, but it just needs a little bit of breathing. I think there's a lot of work Daniela has already put in. So it was, that was the feeling I had.
Great, I noted it down. Love is an unconscious memory, yeah, not knowing what it is, but the name comes, so it's there, yeah. The M from behind forward and a little bit of breathing, I noted down. Not a little bit, but a little bit of breathing. Man, forward, now, rescue us.
Okay, so at the beginning, the tilting forward and backward was great. There was a little bit of head tilt with that. Thank you, Daniela, for your demonstration. That the head tilt was a little bit forward. Then in the walking towards us, lifting the right leg, there was a bit of a wobble coming forward, better going backwards. With the circle, there's a definite movement and an intensity of expression that showed a high degree of concentration. There was also that request to be repeated, to be told what to do. So there's a sense of guidance. And then with the O, there was, there was a sensation of, I love this. I just, there's a drawing in of things. And I think, according to me, that's all the time I have, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, I've got to finish now.
Yeah, but tell us what to, I mean, you brought up your things, huh? You brought protection in.
Brand was
bring. That was observations. What do we have to bring?
So this is
Brand was going to do the therapy side of things.
Yeah, we divided the work. So Andrew was
good. Okay, great.
So
thank you, Andrew. Thanks.
Yeah.
It was so great. It is so great to have you here.
Leg like we did this.
Yeah, Branislav.
Yeah. Leg O, Andrew way of doing O.
Okay.
O, just but the Andrew way. Andrew.
The Andrew O is overlapping, yeah?
Yeah. Andrew O. What was it? So because there was this stiffness that Andrew noticed, so the some and to connect but from the bottom to up, to connect the bottom with up. Yeah. And then Andrew brought b.
Okay.
Burr
what
going
is Andrew
forwards
trying
and
to show?
backwards.
Huh?
So burr with a step forward, and also burr when stepping backwards, so that the burr becomes a boundary all around, not just to the front, leaving the rear exposed. The rear is protected as well as the front.
A full page of some things. You, it's wonderful. And I also think what we saw, and Andrew expressed it, and Daniela, when I talked to her, confirmed a little bit that there's a lot of strength and clarity, yeah, which she also brings into the meeting with people. And then today to us, she allowed us to show, but the soul is still looking for itself again, insecurity somehow expressed by what Andrew said. Please guide me, yeah, protect me. And so I also thought, and already when the Andrew O was mentioned, for me, that's already a transition to consonants. Huh? So the O itself is only a resounding something. It's just vibration, O, a form in the mouth. And then when you start doing this, yeah, it's already a movement in the body, what goes towards consonant, and then taking it in, yeah. Yeah, somebody said it makes an yeah. Yeah, like this, yeah. And all these movements is already consonant. Yeah. That's already the M you're speaking about. So I wrote, I would do B and M with you today. And that's just the feeling, you know, that leads, so we need somehow the soul, what you spoke, the U, the love, E, the R, you mentioned everything except the E, huh? So the R from below, the U, the E was mentioned, the O was mentioned, huh? And then you brought the M and the B. And some have the feeling it has to lead towards the M and the B. Yeah? That the soul gets its energy, the U, the light, the protection, the love, the breathing with the love, E. And then it gets its protection, B. And then in this protection, the M is somewhere I penetrate my, yeah, in what I am protected in, yeah, M, yeah. I start emerging into my protected vessel. So I would put all these vowel exercises first in different ways and then lead it to B, yeah, and then wow, yeah. Or you do first M, yeah, to feel what you have been doing with the consonants. That is the O, you're already with the M, yeah, yeah. Then you do the M and you finish with the B. This I'm not sure. M first, B first, yeah. Could be. So let's do. Yeah, we have 5 minutes to do all these things. And we just touch them, yeah? But we do all of them.
Okay, can I say thank you to everyone, please? Just
Yeah, I think that was great and so honest, so honest. Yeah? So it's just so then let's just go a little bit the order which it came, huh? A little bit, and if I forget something, but there was this stepping forward with the U, huh? Which is with the R, we will draw energy from below, but it started that you just make a step You connect is like an U form, yeah? And you bring it up to the horizontal, like, yeah? You invite the water of the river, yeah? Very gentle to come up. But it is, but when it says U, you could feel M in this movement. The symbol of the U is also the path, the way you are on. So you are this. But with the U, you try to feel I'm on a path to a new horizon, yeah? And it's somehow supported, carried by energy from below, from your own lower body's energy, your own wisdom. Ooh. This would be something I could put into the ooh idea, which I find very beautiful. And then you can correct me when I remember wrongly, yeah, things, but then I remember that Maya did an ooh from below, just nicely shaped. And she just moved it upwards into the verticality, and you feel yourself in an ooh. Yeah. And there you can try somehow that you feel held by forces of light now, which stream somehow in like this. Yeah. It's not about doing this movement, but that you feel this, what I've just shown. Yeah, when you have completed this ooh. So again, the ooh is already there. It's this I am on my path. You build it up, but then you are just, wow, yeah, now you become part of or receptive for light forms, which somehow ooh is a stabilizing quality. Yeah? Ooh makes things steadfast. So when a soul is a little bit like this, it's somehow radiant light which gives an inner stability out of inner light. Yeah, that's the idea I can see from there. I don't remember what else. So then the love A came already from Para, which is in a way that you connect with your heart and you just let it grow into the width, into your own soul. So how big is my soul? You can ask yourself, is my soul so that big, or that big? Yeah. And every soul, yeah, in its essence is quite big. Yeah? So you just go into there. Then next step, you allow your soul forces to flow into the world. And then you allow yourself to return towards yourself, but I need to protect myself. And that's my special thing that I say, okay, I need to protect myself. But then I let again enter this dream of love. So I experience both as possible. It's not an either or, but I have a third way of doing. I can, in my protection, I can enter the streaming again. So step one, from the heart, expand into your soul, which is not only left and right. It's a lot, it's around you. And then let your soul flow, which makes your arms a little bit round, it's flowing. And you feel the flow in your body. You let go, you return to yourself. That brings you a little bit on your heels. And you don't give up this protection, but you try how much flow can I recreate? And I'm still fully protected, feeling myself. You know, this a breathing between very open, being with myself and both. Yeah. And then I would now do the R first before we go to the M, O, M, and B. And the R was Was it with the legs? From the bottom? Maybe we do not do it with the legs, or you just do it standing like this, that you have an R front and back, yeah, that you feel an R, a little bit like an Egyptian, but just that you feel on the path, but then you open your arms to the left and right. And then you let this in, just you connect with this big skirt, and you just feel supportive, or you receive supportive energy. Yeah, maybe I do not lift my shoulders, just let it into my heart, not so much in the body. But you feel it coming from the width. It's like in a forest, yeah, the roots, yeah. Not the roots, the woods, and yeah, whatever you see in these four energies come in, you feel the tree trunks around you. And then you do the R, which was spoken. So we try to make a story of this, yeah? And you just try to bring it alive. And this, the R, I've just learned this from Christiane. The R is actually bringing energy in. So when you do the R movement, yeah, very often it's giving away. But in Eurythmic therapy, it's more, I bring energy in and let it rise in myself. And then I just let go, yeah? To again collect new energy and let it rise. And I can give away when I have energy, but I do not give a lot away. And what I collect is my own energy. Come in, rise. Wow, it's so nice to be there. Yeah? And come in. So story again, when you do the R, standing like this, or however you want to greet and receive. And then what was there in this sphere, you just take a little bit of nourishment. Yeah, yeah. And you bring it into yourself, and you do not give it away. Yeah. And then from there, we slowly move towards the consonants, that we start, wow, everything which was there, it's not a B now, it's still an O. We just go with our soul into it. So we are grateful, then we overlap it. And here already we start enjoying it, the M. Yeah. It's a little bit like drinking it. And this I feel in my whole body. Yeah, I feel it in my thighs. Yeah. And if it only one time is enough, maybe, or it's 2 or 3 times, you embrace it with your soul, and then we do a little bit the M, just, yeah, again feeling what was there, what we have been doing, the R, the U, yeah. Just a little bit breathing through it, and all the time a little step, that a rocking step, you rock forward a little bit. I'm again on my path, I'm connected with the lower forces, and it's not only my soul, it's my body which carries me again. Yeah, that's now the step from, yeah, I can really let go, trustful in it, and then just return very tenderly, just collect everything. And now it's a collecting, it's not embracing, so come on. And you create a shelter around your body, and you do it rather deep, that you feel it in your lower body, yeah, in your lower belly, also the protection. And the upper body is protected, growing out of this, yeah, it's also sheltered, but because the lower is sheltered very well. Let go, make a step 2 more times to finish with. Very gentle, it's really gentle, like you invite children in the kindergarten to come into the building again. Come. And then, how much tension do you need in your hands that your lower body feels what feels good, and sense this feeling good into the upper. And you let go. And then it was set also behind. Then I often do it in a way that one arm is in front and the other one is behind, like this. Yeah, and again, the lower part of the body feels nicely sheltered. That you have the feeling of roundness all around you. Wow. I am round again. And then when you let go, let the breathing really go down into the body, into the depths of your body. Really relax the lower belly. And then from there, let it flow into the legs. Stay centered in your depths and slowly sit down. And breathe. What do you feel? What do you, my body, feel now? I will write these things down, yeah. And I just went through what you brought. I hope I didn't forget too much. And you brought such a beautiful story. Huh? It made such a lot of sense. And what we have now to see is if it's too much for Daniela to do all of this. So does one just take a few things out of it, that it's this story from the searching soul which receives energy to the protected kind of existing? Or is it nice to go through it completely? That's something you all could try out during the week. Is it just nice to do it like this? Is it a lot? How would you do it? And then we can share on this next time. So time is over, but is someone who wants to say something, or Daniela, at least you could maybe say how you feel. We listen and then we just round off.
Yes, I really enjoyed the suggestion and the way the exercises at the end were held, and it's a very beautiful feeling, and it's interesting because I started feeling a warm heart already when you were separated in your sessions and I was talking to Theodore. So it's a very beautiful process. I wish that our patients could experience all of us like this. That would be really nice. So thank you. Thank you to you all, my friends.
That's at least a wish we should hear, yeah? What does the future look like? What's the future medicine, yeah? And what you said is at least an interesting thought.